Hey everyone, Dr. Jones here again with another weekly video message. And this week I want to talk to you about reflecting on our actions and behaviors. And I don't want to talk about it in the way that I normally talk about reflecting or looking at what we do to continually improve or get better. I want to talk to you about it in the format of reviewing the tape, reviewing game footage. You see, this is because it's a known fact that coaches who review game footage with their players in athletics and go over the game tape with their players perform better. Their teams perform better. Their players get better at a quicker rate by looking at this tape. And the other reason I want to talk about it is because of some wrestling tape I was looking at with my son. But before I get into all that, I want to tell you why it's important to think about reviewing tape. You see, when you look at a film, if you've ever seen yourself in a picture or reviewed a film of something you're doing, it's honest, it's objective, it's black and white. It's hard to think or explain away what you see on that footage because it's there and it happened. And often when we reflect, it's very difficult to be completely objective. We try, but you see, we have reasons for what we do, and then we talk about what we do in a way that makes it seem like it's the best outcome possible for the situation that there was. And this is because as people, we tend to view other people by their actions and judge them by their actions or outcomes. And for us, we tend to judge our outcomes and our actions based on our intent. So what that means is often, even if the outcomes are poor, we tend to overcompensate, and not because we're trying to be dishonest or anything like that. We just tend to do it by nature. We tend to talk about our good intent and what we meant to happen rather than what actually happened, which is why it's super important to be as completely objective as possible. Now, it's even better to review the tape, so to speak, with somebody else or have somebody else review it with you. And this is where the example of my son comes in. You see, I film his wrestling matches and then we review the tape so he can look at different aspects of it. And I was sending him videos of his wrestling matches and he was looking at them. But now what I noticed when I sat down to review them with him, he either focused on all the good things he was doing or trying to do and missing out on the places he could improve, or he was focusing on all the bad things and not thinking about the good things he did, so he'd get kind of down about the match. So I would make a habit of pointing out the other thing because I had that objective record. Another way of looking at this is whenever you get in a debate or an argument with somebody and they say, "I feel." Now, me personally, I used to not really care for that statement rather than "I think," because when you say "I feel," typically it isn't based in fact. And when you're debating or arguing or something like that, you're looking for fact to work with. And so I would stay away from that, and I wouldn't pay too much attention to people when they would say "I feel." That's all changed now, because when I look at how my behaviors and actions are, I'm judging them through intent, right? And if somebody else is receiving them a different way, or it's affecting them a different way and it's making them feel a certain way, that goes a long way in speaking to what's actually happening. It goes a long way in informing a more objective opinion or reflection on my actions and outcomes. It goes a long way to show that you need to have somebody review that film, that game footage, that tape with you. So here's what I'd like you to do. Here's my challenge to you. Reach out to a friend, a colleague, a mentor, and ask them to review your film, your tape, and tell you what they find. This ought to be a good one, especially in the world of 360-degree reviews and all of that, to get that objective feedback. So please take this challenge. I guarantee you that you're going to get a more objective response, but you have to promise to listen. Not a whole lot of talking back, not a whole lot of justifying. Just listen when you're reviewing that tape with somebody else. Look, if you found any value in this, please like, share, subscribe, even comment, especially on this challenge, because I'd love to hear your feedback about how your review went and what steps you're going to take to act on that. Again, I appreciate you taking the time. Remember, be purposeful, act with integrity, and always build your character. You have a great day.